kidnapped in Africa, survived the Middle Passage, survived slavery, was made free, and traumatized. His trauma derived from first seeing this women. And it is kind of a funny story when it's an ironic story when he was, I don't want to say funny. I laughed because here he was running from these women. He was at the point, at the age where he himself was waiting to be recognized by the king and the warriors to pull him in to the manhood stuff. Because you know, back in across there, you had to go through what do y'all call it, Jason? When the males have to go through rites of passage. So he had been looked over the last one. He was hoping to catch their attention with this one. But yet when all hell broke loose, he was running around trying to find somewhere to hide. He was looking for his mama and all the stuff. The only thing that really, really stuck out that made it to these pages was all this conversation he kept having about these warrior women. Now, mind you, I got to deal with the fact, and we got to deal with the fact that it was one tribe capturing another tribe to literally, and I mean, they captured the people to kind of settle the dominance of the tribe. Yes, they did turn around and sell them into slavery, rites of passage, right? And so there's a reason Cudjo had yet made the rites of passage. So I'm getting ready to read this book with that concept. And that's my own bias, because I was like. Because, I mean, the way he felt about the women is in the introduction of the story. And I'm like, well, what I want to know about him? Because it said it right there. It's like, it's in the book jacket. But then I remember, I see Yolanda, go back and read the line again. Go back and read the line again and find the ownership on who's telling this. I had to go back. I said, okay, wait a minute. Because what do you call it? Pronoun? Based on the pronoun that they use, I'm like, oh, okay, that ain't Cudjo talking. Somebody else done pulled that to the center of the story. And that's probably why Zora was like, I don't need y'all to publish my book. Y'all ain't got to publish Cudjo's story. Okay, Cudjo and I'll take the story with us on to the grave. Because you got to be mindful of the pronouns when you are reading. It says, Hurston persisted, though, and during an intense 3-month period, she and Cudjo communed over gifts of peaches and watermelon, and gradually Cudjo, a poetic storyteller, began to share heart-rending memories of his childhood in Africa. The attack by female warriors who slaughtered his townspeople, the horrors of being captured and held in the Barracoons for selection by American traders, the harrowing ordeal of the Middle Passage aboard the Clotilda as cargo, with more than 100 other souls, the years he spent in slavery until the end of the Civil War, and finally his role in the founding of Africa Town. So that one paragraph tells you a lot about this story, but just as in today, there's a lot, the real true aggression is overlooked. The fact that they were captured, and so it may not have been Cudjo that pulled out the female workers. You know, Cudjo ain't gonna benefit from y'all being afraid of black women today. Okay? And my daughter said, oh no, me. So you gotta wonder about who pulled that line out, and don't think I ain't gonna get to the bottom of it, because it wouldn't have been Zora. Because I don't think Zora would have sat there with this man and let him have. I think she would have helped him heal from that. And I think part of that healing, hopefully redemption, that we'll see at the end of the book. Because, you know, this ain't that book club. We jumps around. We don't read it from cover to cover. We like, look, wait a minute. Oh, he said that. Oh, did he? I need the redemption. Somebody please redeem. They tell me it's a Sunday, us way down in the ship, and tell us to keep quiet. Captain Bill Forrester, you understand me. He's scared the government folk in the Fort Monroe gonna catch the ship. Because remember now, Cudjo is on this ship called Kanye. Okay, we gotta help Kanye understand this. Cudjo is on this ship 50 years after slavery was outlawed in America. Okay, I know you were trying to figure out the whole 400 years, you know, because them people you trying to get to that table with, they criminal. They criminal. I mean, they descendants of the criminals. You know, they got that DNA that just criminal. All right, so when you try to add up 400 years, all of y'all, well, here go 100 of them in the bottom of this ship, 50 years after slavery had been outlawed. See, because these right here, they figure, oh, okay, they want to outlaw slavery. Let's see how long we can get away with it with the laws on the books that we can't have slaves. Let's see how long we can get away with it with the laws on the books. You know, see, I'm about to have that conversation with Kanye's. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm just saying. He's like, well, you know, it's 400 years. You mean all y'all? Yeah, all of them was trying to keep these ships out the water, but yet 50 years after, 50 whole years, that means that's another generation. 50 whole years after outlawing it, here go Cudjo and them, 100 of them on the ship. Okay, I'm just saying. The math, y'all. Got to do the math. Okay, they took it us off the ship, and we get on another ship, right? Then they burn the clear cause they scared the government gonna arrest them for fetching us way from Africa soil. Okay, so they get off one ship, put them on another ship, burn that ship because they criminal. Okay, first they buyed us with some clothes, then they carried us up the Alabama River and hide us in the swamp. But the mosquitoes, they so bad, they about to eat us up. So they took us up. They took us to Captain Burns Mayor's place and buyed us up. Captain Tim Mayer, he took it 30. I'm trying to get in the light. He took 32 of us. Now this man remembering this stuff, y'all. Now mind you, he's like 80 something, right? Captain Burns Mayer took 10 couples. Some they sail up the river to the Bow Cheeto. Captain Bill Foster, he took the 8 couples, and Captain Jim Mayer, he get the rest. We very sorry to be parted from one another. Okay? We cry for home. We took away from our people. We 70 days crossed the water from the Africa soil. And now they part us from one another. Therefore we cry. We can't help but cry. So we sing. Go ahead, Donald Glover. This is America. We can't help but cry, so we sing in their language, because I don't know that language. But it looked like oh my God. It almost looked like what Donald Glover started his song with. Where my Donald Glover lyrics at? Oh my Lord. Hold on. O-M freaking G. Where my Donald Glover lyrics at? Hold on. What my I swear it do. Okay, but anyway, it does look like it's got yeah, oh yeah. It look like yeah, something. I don't know. It might be a language, I don't know. Cause I didn't survive with that part. It does look like that. Okay, Ray, yeah, a yeah, nah, Saharu. We're going to look that up. Okay. Our grief so heavy, look like we can't stand it. I think maybe I die in my sleep when I dream about my mama. Oh, Lord. Coastal sat silent for a moment. I saw the old sorrow seep away from his eyes and the present take its place. He looked about him for a moment and then said bluntly, I tired talking now. Let me get Instagram back on. They gonna want to hear the rest of this. Hold on. All right. I tired talking now. You go home and come back. If I talking with you all the time, I can't make no garden. You want to know too much. You ask so many questions. That will do, etc. Go on home. I was far from being offended. I merely said, well, when can I come again? I send my grandson and let sorry, y'all, that's my cousin that won't check social media. I send my grandson and let you know, and maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. All right, so that was obviously where he was telling one of the stories to Zora, and at 80 something, he was telling one of the stories to Zora, and apparently it took him to a place and he told her, okay, you got to go because you want to know too much. He told Zora she want to know too much. In Africa, the law is the law. No man can make out he crazy like here and get excused from the law. Tell it, Cudjo. Cudjo said in Africa, and he spelled she phonetically spelled it away. In Africa, the law is the law, and no man can make out he crazy. Y'all think Donald Glover read this before they did that video? In Africa, the law is the law, and no man can make out he crazy like here and get excused from the law. If you kill anybody, you gonna die. Damn. They go, wait a minute, Cudjo said, if you kill anybody, you gonna die too. They gonna kill you. So the king say, I hear the evidence, but this man got no cause to kill the other one. Therefore, he must die. The man stand there. He don't cry. He don't talk. He just look straight at the king. Then all the chiefs, they get around the king and they talking a while. And nobody know what they say but them. Then all the chiefs, they go back and take it their seats again. Then the drums begin to play. The big drum, Katakumba, the drums that speaks like a man, it begins to talk. And the man, what is insibility, whatever that means, he began to dance. They lead the murderer out to the center of the square. Okay? The incivility, he danced, gesture. And as he danced, he watched the eye of the king and the eye of all the chiefs. One man will give him the sign. Nobody know which one will give the sign. They decide when they was whispering together. Therefore, the executioner danced until he get the sign of the hand. Then he danced up to the murderer. Now, mind you, keep in mind now. Hold on, listen. He said, now mind you, here come, they finna execute this man, but they dancing. Right? Okay? It said right here, nobody know which one would give the sign. They decide when they was whispering together. Therefore, the executioner danced until he gets a, didn't we just see Donald Glover? What did, and then he pull out that gun? Donald Glover, you little brilliant something. Okay. Then he danced up to the murderer and touched his breast with the point of the machete. He danced away again, and then the next time he touched the man's neck with his knife. The third time, okay, the third time that he touched the man, other men rushed out and seized the murderer and taken the palm cord and stretched his face to face upon the dead man and tie him tight so he can't move. He got to die looking at the dead man. Oh my God. When the executioner touched the murderer with his knife, that is a sign that he is dead already. So they wrapped the cord around his neck and around the neck of the dead man. They wrapped the cord around his body and around the body of the dead man. They wrapped his arms and the dead man's arm. And with the same cord, his legs is wrapped in one with leg. Oh, I can't, y'all. So they leave him there. His nose is tied to the nose of the dead man. His lips touch the lips of the corpse, so they leave him. The king and the chief talk palaver about other things while they watch the struggles of the murderer. Sometime, if he be a strong man and the person he killed be little, he managed to get up and go a little way with the body. But if the corpse be heavy, he lay right there till he died. So they're going to tie you to the person that you done killed. Lord Jesus. If he cry for water, nobody pay him no attention because he is dead since the machete first touched him. So they say, how can a dead man want water? If he cried to be cut loose, nobody pay him no pay attention to him. They say, how can a dead man want to be loose? The other dead man don't cry. How come this man? So they leave him there. But people watch until he died too. How long it takes? Sometime he died next day. Sometime 2 to 3 days. He don't live long. People can't stand the smell of the corpse, the cow or the other beast. But no man can stand the smell in his nostril of a rotten man. I'm going to stop. This is going to be, ooh, child, yeah. Go on back over there somewhere, Cudjo. Cudjo got a story to tell. Zora Neale Hurston, the anthropologist, I'm telling you, she done sat listed to that. They done held on to this book for 80-some years. I think it was 1927. They